While the power of John the Revelator's vision is beyond dispute, the writer's true intention has been forever shrouded in mystery.
For thousands of years, the Book of Revelation has puzzled people all over the world.
The secret's out. Biblical stories have made a comeback.
It talks about strange creatures, great disasters, and a final battle between good and evil. Many believe it holds secrets about the end of the world. Yet, no one has ever truly agreed on what it means. Some see it as prophecy, others call it poetry, and a few even believe it's a riddle that time itself will one day solve. But what if there's more to it than we ever thought? What if the real message has been hiding in plain sight? Could a machine, with no emotions or beliefs, see what we have missed? Let's go deeper. A book wrapped in mystery. The Book of Revelation is one of the most mysterious and puzzling parts of the Bible. It was written by a man named John, who said he had a vision while living alone on an island called Patmos.
John wrote the Book of Revelation after he was exiled to a cave in Patmos, Greece. He spent 2 years in the cave, saw some really hoary visions.
In this vision, John saw strange creatures, loud noises, and events that seemed like the end of the world. For thousands of years, people have wondered what the book really means. The pages are full of symbols. There are animals with many heads, a woman shining like the sun, and a dragon that looks fierce and powerful. These images do not make much sense at first, since they seem like they come from a strange dream or a story meant to scare people. But many believe these symbols hold secret meanings. They might tell us about the future or about what is happening in the world today. For hundreds of years, scholars, priests, and believers have tried to understand these messages. Some say the book warns us about disasters coming soon. Others think it gives hope to those who believe. But no one has completely figured it out. The words feel like a puzzle with many missing pieces. One of the problems is that symbols can mean different things depending on who reads them. A dragon might mean evil to some people, but power to others. A beast with 10 horns might stand for a kingdom or a group of leaders. The meaning changes with time, place, and who is reading. This mystery has kept the Book of Revelation alive in the minds of many. It is both feared and respected, and tells a story about the end, but also about a new beginning. Now, imagine trying to solve this puzzle with the help of technology. Artificial intelligence is a type of computer program that can learn and find patterns that people might miss. It can read thousands of texts, compare ideas,
with the help of artificial intelligence, could change the way we understand history,
and connect the dots faster than any human. Recently, some researchers used artificial intelligence to study ancient books, including the Book of Revelation. They hoped the program might find new clues or new ways to understand this old text. They did not expect what happened next. The artificial intelligence found something no one had seen before. It discovered that the text was written with a hidden pattern, a secret code. The words were not just random symbols or stories. So, what is this secret message, and how did artificial intelligence find it? For centuries, people have been fascinated by the symbols found in the Book of Revelation. These symbols are not like the usual stories you read. Instead, they are images filled with layers of meaning, each waiting to be discovered. For example, the book talks about a great dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, a woman clothed with the sun, and a scroll sealed with 7 seals. To most readers, these descriptions seem strange and confusing. They feel like riddles from a dream or scenes from a fantastic story. The problem with symbols is that they do not have one simple meaning. A symbol can stand for many different things depending on who is looking at it. Take the dragon, for instance. In some stories, dragons are just frightening creatures to be defeated by heroes. But in others, they represent power, danger, or even protection. This makes it hard to decide exactly what the dragon in Revelation is trying to tell us. Over time, many experts have tried to explain these symbols. Some say the 7 heads represent 7 kings or kingdoms. Others believe the 10 horns stand for 10 rulers or important people. The woman shining with the sun has been seen as a symbol of hope, a new beginning, or even the earth itself. These interpretations show just how many ways one symbol can be understood. The difficulty grows because the Book of Revelation was written almost 2,000 years ago, in a time very different from ours. The people who first read it lived in a world full of wars, empires, and changing governments. Their hopes and fears were reflected in the images John wrote about.
The cave is also where John received a series of special visions which became the Book of Revelation, the final book in the New Testament.
But today, the world has changed so much that it can be hard to connect those old symbols to what we see now. This is where artificial intelligence brings something new to the table. Unlike humans, who might be influenced by their beliefs or ideas, AI looks for patterns and connections based purely on data. It reads thousands of related texts, compares different interpretations, and analyzes the words without bias. This helps uncover ideas that might not be obvious to people. When AI was used to study the Book of Revelation, it began by focusing on these symbols. It looked at how often certain images appeared and in what order. Then it compared those symbols to other ancient writings from the same time. This way, the AI could find patterns that linked the Book of Revelation to older stories and histories. And truly, the AI noticed something remarkable. The symbols were not random. They followed a carefully planned structure. Each symbol was placed to point to a larger story about the rise and fall of empires, the struggles between good and evil, and the hope for a better future. The role of numbers in the message. The patterns showed that the book was not just a vision full of scary images, but a well-organized message meant to guide people through difficult times. More interestingly, the AI discovered that some symbols appeared to be codes.
Researchers are making history by deciphering ancient scrolls that are more than 2,000 years old with the help of computer science.
These codes could be broken down into smaller parts that revealed hidden meanings. For example, numbers mentioned in the text, such as 7, 12, and 40, were not just random, but had special importance in many ancient cultures. They often represented completeness, power, or a period of testing. By decoding these symbols and numbers, the AI was able to piece together a story that was different from what most people expected. Instead of a message of doom and destruction, it suggested a message of warning and hope. It told readers to be careful of the dangers in the world, but also to hold on to faith and kindness. It was a message about strength and courage in the face of challenges. This discovery changes how we think about the Book of Revelation. It is no longer just a scary story about the end times. It becomes a guidebook, written in a language of symbols, to help people understand the difficult times they live through and to prepare for the future. Artificial intelligence, by looking deeper into the text, has opened a door to this new understanding. Numbers appear all through the Book of Revelation. At first glance, they might seem like just part of the story, but they carry a deeper meaning that has puzzled readers for centuries. These numbers are not just counting things like 7 trumpets or 12 gates. Instead, they are symbols that represent ideas or concepts important to the message of the Bible. One of the most famous numbers in the Bible is the number 7, as it comes up over 700 times. This number shows up again and again, like the 7 churches, 7 seals, and 7 bowls. In many ancient cultures, 7 was seen as a special number. It symbolized completeness or perfection. The Bible uses 7 to show that something is finished or whole. But why does the book focus so much on 7? Artificial intelligence analyzed the way 7 is used and compared it to other numbers in the text, like 12 and 40. It found that these numbers are not random, but carefully chosen. 12, for example, often represents a group of people or tribes. In the Bible, 12 stands for the 12 tribes of Israel or the 12 apostles. 40 appears less often, but carries the meaning of a time of trial or testing. When AI looked closer, it noticed that the numbers often pointed to specific time frames or periods in history. For example, the number 40 was linked to years of struggle or suffering. This matches with other parts of the Bible and ancient writings where numbers also stand for time periods. The AI connected these numbers to real historical events.
Ancient scrolls are now being deciphered 2,000 years later, thanks in part to artificial intelligence,
showing that the book's message was deeply tied to the life and challenges of the people back then. Beyond time, these numbers also carry meaning about spiritual and moral lessons. 7's completeness shows that everything happens according to a plan. 12's connection to tribes and apostles shows unity and community. 40's meaning of testing reminds readers that hardship is a part of life, but not the end of the story. By decoding the numbers this way, the AI revealed that the Book of Revelation was designed to teach its readers about more than just future events. It was teaching lessons about faith, endurance, and the importance of standing strong through difficult times. These lessons were wrapped in symbols and numbers, making them more powerful and easier to remember. The AI also found patterns in how the numbers were used with certain words. For example, when the book talked about 7 seals, it was not just talking about physical seals. It meant 7 stages of unfolding truth, like peeling back layers of a secret. The numbers acted like keys that unlocked the meaning hidden behind the words. This discovery helps us see that numbers in the Book of Revelation are like a secret code written for people who knew how to read it. For thousands of years, this code remained hidden or misunderstood. Now, with AI's help, we can start to unlock it and find the messages meant for us today. Understanding the meaning behind these numbers does not just solve a puzzle from the past. It also shows us that the message of the book is alive and important for people now. The lessons about faith, unity, and courage during tough times are still useful. We can learn from them and apply these teachings to our own challenges. In this way, the Book of Revelation becomes not only a story about the end of the world, but also a timeless guide that encourages us to keep hope and trust in the future, no matter what difficulties we face. The AI's work in decoding these numbers brings new life to the ancient text and makes it speak clearly to a modern audience. Symbols that carry hidden meanings. The Book of Revelation is filled with symbols that are strange and mysterious. Some of these symbols look like creatures with many heads or animals with wings. Others are objects like trumpets, bowls, or scrolls. At first, these images can be confusing, but when we understand what they stand for, a new world of meaning opens up. Symbols are powerful because they can tell a story without using many words. They can speak to feelings, ideas, and beliefs in ways that plain language cannot. In Revelation, the symbols represent spiritual truths and warnings. They are a language that people long ago used to explain things that are hard to describe. The AI studied each symbol carefully and compared them with symbols found in other ancient books and cultures. It discovered that many of the creatures and images in Revelation connect to ideas about good and evil, struggle and victory, and hope and fear. But there's more. As an example, the dragon is not just a scary beast. It represents a force of evil, danger, and destruction. The lamb, on the other hand, is a symbol of kindness, sacrifice, and hope. One interesting symbol is the beast, with 7 heads and 10 horns. At first, this might sound like a monster from a fairy tale, but the AI showed that this beast represents powerful forces in the world that challenge good. These forces can be political systems, leaders, or ideas that try to control or harm people. The 7 heads can mean different parts of these forces, while the 10 horns stand for their power. AI also noticed that many symbols connect to each other in a story-like way. For example, the scroll with 7 seals tells about secrets that are hidden until the right moment. When each seal opens, a new part of the story is revealed. This is like watching a movie where every scene brings more information and moves the story forward. The AI's decoding shows us that symbols in Revelation are not random or made up just to confuse readers.
Well, it's hard to imagine cutting-edge technology is being used to read a 2,000-year-old scroll.
They are carefully chosen pictures that tell a deep story about the fight between good and evil. This story has been going on for thousands of years and still matters today. By understanding the symbols, we see that the book of Revelation is a message of hope. It shows that even when things seem dark and scary, there is a plan for good to win in the end. The symbols remind us to stay strong and believe that light will come after darkness. The AI also found that some symbols change meaning depending on the chapter or the part of the story. This shows how complex and rich the book really is. It is like a puzzle that takes time and careful thought to put together. But when the pieces fit, the picture becomes clear and inspiring. What makes this even more amazing is that the AI, a machine made by humans, was able to unlock secrets hidden for centuries. This shows how technology can help us understand old stories in new ways. It bridges the past and the future and helps us see ancient wisdom through fresh eyes. In the end, these symbols are not just about fear or mystery. They teach everyone about courage, faith, and the power of good to overcome bad. They invite people to think about what we believe and how we can live with hope in uncertain times. The unexpected message revealed by AI. When the AI finished decoding the book of Revelation, it uncovered a message that surprised many people. It was not the story of doom and destruction that some might expect. Instead, the message was about hope, renewal, and a new beginning. This was a side of the book that often gets lost in the fear and mystery surrounding it. The AI showed that the book of Revelation is like a letter written to people who were going through very hard times. Back then, the world was full of dangers, confusion, and unfairness. The book was meant to encourage them to keep going and to believe that better days were coming. It told them that no matter how bad things get, good will triumph in the end. This message is more important today than ever before. The AI revealed that the ancient words speak directly to the problems people face now, like uncertainty, fear, and change. It shows that everyone has the power to stay strong even when the world seems to be falling apart. One key part of the message is about how darkness will not last forever. The AI interpreted passages about light shining in the darkness as a promise that hope will always be there, even in the hardest moments. This means that no matter what challenges come our way, we can find strength inside ourselves to face them. Another surprising discovery is that the book of Revelation is not just about the end of the world. It is also about the start of something new and beautiful. The AI pointed out passages that describe a new city, a new life, and peace that will never end. These descriptions are full of color and life, showing that the future can be bright. The AI also noticed that the book talks about a new kind of relationship between people and the world. It shows a future where kindness, justice, and love guide how we live. This is a vision of a world where pain and suffering are gone, replaced by happiness and peace. Because of this, the AI suggests that the book of Revelation is not a warning to fear, but an invitation to believe in the power of good. It asks people to look past the scary images and to see the hope hidden beneath them. This hope is what can help us build a better future. What makes this even more special is that a machine, built by humans, was able to bring out this hopeful message. It shows everyone that technology is not just about machines and code. It can help us connect with old wisdom and use it to inspire us today. This message is a call to action. It asks us to live with courage and kindness. It tells us to believe in a future where good wins. The book of Revelation, once seen as a book only about fear, is now shown to be a book about hope and new life. Have you ever thought about what hope really means in times of trouble? How can understanding this ancient message help us face our own challenges today? The AI's decoding invites you to explore these questions with an open heart. As technology helps us unlock old wisdom, it also invites us to ask deeper questions about our world and our place in it. What will you take from this unexpected message? How will it change the way you see the future? Let us know in the comments section. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. Remember to like, share it, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.